This is a presentation on chemistry in day-to-day life. The topics which we are going to discuss are food additives and food safety. In this, we are going to study what are food additives, what are their physical treatment, what are their packaging methods and their uses. Then we will study food contamination, causes of food contamination and prevention of food contamination. Then at last, we will study what is food safety, why it is necessary and 10 principles related to it. Food additives. Food additives are a part of our day-to-day life. So we must know that what are food additives? Substances that are added to food either directly or indirectly due to processing, storage or packaging to maintain or improve the safety, freshness, taste, texture or appearance of food are called food additives. Purpose of food additives. What is the purpose behind adding food additives? They are to maintain or improve nutritional quality, to maintain product quality and freshness, to aid in the processing or preparation of food, to make food more appealing, and to control the acidity. Common food additives. Some of the common food additives and their uses are given below. They are salts which are used in meat and dried fish, sugar used in marmalade, sulfur dioxide used in wine. Food additives. Then here some of the food additives are given. They are enzymes, inorganic salts, hydrocolloids, acids, natural products, lipids and vital wheat gluten. The next is physical treatment. They are microwave, photons, ozone, vacuum and radiation. The next are packaging methods. Packaging methods are the methods by using which we can pack the food. So they are vacuum method, active method, hot method and modified atmosphere method. Then the question arises that why food additives are added or what is the need of adding food additives. So addition of iodine to salt is done for elimination of simple goiter. Addition of vitamin D to milk and dairy product is done for elimination of rickets. Addition of niacin in bread, cornmeal and cereals is done for elimination of pellagra. So these were some of the common food additives. So there are several reasons behind addition of food additives, but the main reason is to add texture, attractiveness. So that is why food additives are added to food. Types of food additives. Food additives are classified into three basic categories. They are natural food additives, man-made food additives, and artificial food additives. Now let us study them one by one. So first is natural food additives. Natural food additives are those food additives which are found naturally, such as beetroot, and beetroot is used as a coloring agent. Second is man-made food additives. Man-made food additives are synthetic identical copies of substances found naturally, such as benzoic acid, and benzoic acid is used as a food preservative. And the third and last is artificial food additives. Artificial food additives are produced synthetically, such as niacin, which is used in dairy products. So these were three food additives, and the basic difference between man-made food additives and artificial food additives are both are synthetic, but man-made food additives are natural whereas artificial are not. The next are additive class. The first additive class which we are going to study is emulsifier. Function of emulsifier are prevent the separation of oil and water, provide surface wetting, lubrication and viscosity change. In combination with thickeners and fats, they give a smooth pleasing sensation in the mouth. Chemical substances, ammonium phosphatides, lecithin, etc. Foods in which emulsifier are used are chocolate and cheese. The next additive class is antioxidant. Function prevent flavor and color changes and retard rancidity. What is rancidity? Rancidity is said when food is smells like rotten smell when it is kept for a longer period of time. So rancidity is a kind of rotten smell. So antioxidant prevent flavor and color changes and retard rancidity and deterioration from exposure to oxygen. Chemical substance, lecithin, vitamin C, tocopherols, citric acid, tartaric acid, gallic acid, ethyl, propyl, octyl, endodecyl galates 0.01% and butylated hydroxyanisole BHA 0.02%. Foods in which antioxidants are used are dry mix, rasgullas, vadas, ghee, butter, edible oils, and fats. The next additive class is flavor enhancers. Function of flavor enhancers are supplement, enhance, or modify the original flavor or aroma of a food without contributing flavors of their own. Chemical substances, monosodium glutamate up to 1% and yeast. Foods in which flavor enhancers are used are masalas, spices used in noodles, Chinese cookery. Next additive class is flavoring agents and adjuvant. Function impart or help impart a taste or an aroma in food. Chemical substances, natural extract, and synthetic flavor chemicals are used. Basically, they are aldehydes, ketones, hydroxyl, and ester or etheric in nature. Foods in which flavoring agents are used are soft drinks, confectionery, and chewing gums. The next additive class is anticaking and free flowing agents. So the function of anticaking are it prevent lumping and caking absorbing moisture. Chemical substances, carbonates, phosphates of calcium and magnesium, silicates of calcium, magnesium, aluminium and sodium, etc. Foods in which anti-caking agents are used are table salt, instant mix, 2% is permitted. The next additive class is sweeteners, which are non-nutritive, and sweeteners, which are nutritive. So first we will discuss sweeteners, non-nutritive. Function, provide less than 2% of the caloric value of sucrose per equivalent unit of sweetening capacity when used to sweeten the food. Chemical substances, aperitifs, aperitif, fruit flavor, and aclysum flame K. Foods in which sweeteners are used are soft drinks, chewing gum, instant coffee, and tea. The next is sweeteners which are nutritive. Function, provide greater than 2% of the caloric value of sucrose per equivalent unit of sweetening capacity when used to sweeten the food. Chemical substance, sorbitol, mannitol, and other polyols. Foods in which they are used are chocolates, ice cream, pastries, and jams. The next additive class is coloring agents. Coloring agents are added to food to make food item look attractive. Coloring agents are harmful as the natural color is better for health, but coloring agents are added in many food items like toffees, candies, cold drinks, cakes, jams, ice creams, etc. So coloring agent, the main purpose of adding coloring agent is to provide attractiveness in the food items. The next is advantages and disadvantages of using food additives. Food additives are used in many food items, but although they have disadvantages. So first discuss advantages. The advantages of food additives is that they make the food stay fresh for a longer for a longer period of time. They make food look nicer and taste better. The next advantage of food additives is that make food last longer. Disadvantages. Disadvantages of food additives are that they are associated with serious diseases like cancer and asthma, and food additives are have toxic effect. So these were advantages and disadvantages of food additives. Next is E number. What is E number? E number is a number given by Europeans, so it is denoted by EU Some additives have been approved for use in the EU. These additives have E number. The E number tells us what the additive is used for. For example, E number E100 to 199, the use is food colors. E200 to 299 is used as preservatives. E300 to 399 is used as antioxidants. E400 to 499 is used as emulsifiers and stabilizers. E500 to 599 are used as anticaking agents. E600 to 699 are used as flavoring and flavor enhancers. The next topic is food contamination. What is food contamination? So basically, food contamination refers to the spoilage of food. Food contamination refers to the spoilage of food due to microorganisms or toxic substances that make them unfit for consumption. Causes of food contamination. The three major causes of food contamination are physical, chemical, and biological. So now we will study them one by one. So the first is physical contamination. When physical contamination is seen, it is seen when objects that get into the food during preparation or serving are not clear or are not washed properly. Then equipment part, damaged utensils and cleaning brush. So physical contamination is separate when food items are not washed properly, utensils are damaged, or the equipment part that are spoon, spatula, etc. are not cleaned before cooking. How to prevent physical contamination? So physical contamination can be prevented by the following measures. They are immediately replace damaged equipment, check for and report any faults with equipment and safety mechanisms, maintain a thorough pest control system in place, and implement and follow dress code principle, removing jewelry and wearing a hairnet. Then the second is chemical contamination. Chemical contamination is spread by detergent, pesticides, water and air. So the water used for cooking should be clean and drinkable. Then pesticides must not be added in the food items. We must use the fruits or the vegetables which are pesticides free. How to prevent chemical contamination? So chemical contamination can be prevented by the following measures. They are: wash all fruits and vegetables thoroughly with water before eating. Peel all fruits and vegetables before eating. Grow fruits and vegetables without using any pesticide or other chemicals, that is, grow organic fruits and vegetables. Keep all chemicals, example cleaning materials, away from food during processing. And clean and sterilized all food processing equipment properly. Then the third is biological contamination. Biological contamination is spread by insects, flies and cockroach. So we must see that the area where we are cooking should be pest free. There must not be any insect, flies or cockroaches. How to prevent biological contamination? So biological contamination can be prevented by the following measures. They are: hands and surfaces must be washed and cleaned frequently. Raw meats must be handled and separated from other types of food. Employees must make sure to not sneeze or cough on food. Sneeze guards or cough shields could be implemented. Food handlers with cuts or open wounds on their hands should stop working immediately. And raw fruits and vegetables must be washed before peeling, cutting, cooking or eating. So these were three kinds of causes of contamination and the measures how to prevent them. So we must look after this prevention and we must take care while cooking so that food contamination can be prevented. Next topic is food safety. What is food safety and why is food safety necessary? So, food safety refers to the protection of food items from contamination. It is very necessary in our day to day life. So, food safety is defined as the condition and measures that must be in place during the production, processing, storage, distribution, and preparation of food to ensure that it is safe, sound, wholesome, and fit for human consumption. Then next is 4 steps to food safety. What are the basic 4 steps of food safety? They are clean, that is we must clean and wash our hands, equipments and food before cooking. Then second is separate, we must separate the food items. Third is cook, we must cook at a proper temperature. And the last is chill, we must cool the food. Then next is food safety. 10 principles of safe food handling and hygiene, or basically we can see the 10 principles of food safety. So they are: first, sanitize. All equipment tools before preparing food should be sanitized. Second, food storage. Food must be stored at a clean surface, at a clean area, and at a proper temperature, at a particular temperature. Third, procure from safe sources. Fourth, develop and follow HAACP program. What does HAACP stands for? It means Hazard Analysis Critical Control Points. Fifth, training and development. Sixth, heat and cool properly. We must heat the food properly and cool the food properly. Seventh, control time and temperature. Controlling the temperature is very much important thing at the time of cooking. We must control the temperature. Eighth, prevent cross contamination. Ninth, practice proper hygiene. Food must be cooked with a proper hygiene. We must clean our hands, wash the dishes, clean the working area. So these all things must be kept in mind to practice a proper hygiene. 10th, cooking. So this is the last and most important step. Cooking must be done at appropriate temperature and procedure so that the food do not get undercooked or overcooked. So these were the 10 basic principles of safe food handling and hygiene. Then the last and the important topic is that why is food safety important? Or we can simply say that what is the need of food safety? So food safety is very much important. Food safety plays an important role in our day-to-day life. If we do not safeguard or protect the food, then it would be contaminated. And contaminated food causes a lot of diseases like food contamination, food poisoning. Food poisoning is seen only and only due to not eating proper food or eating contaminated food. Nowadays, we are looking towards junk food, not eating green vegetables or healthy food. So, the major reasons of food poisoning are not eating safe food and not by eating contaminated food. So, food safety is very much important because it protects the food from getting contaminated, which protect us from disease. Although food safety uh, decreases the harmful effect of food additives. As we have seen, food additives have a toxic effect, and although they are added to food, so food safety plays an important role in decreasing the harmful effects of food additives. No one likes to be sick, so food safety is important. Food safety includes. Now here we are going to see that what does food safety includes. It includes proper food storage, that is the food must be stored at a proper area, like food must not be kept outside, especially in summers, because in summers food get contaminated fast. Second, good hygiene. Food must be cooked with good hygiene. Next is prevention of cross contamination. So food safety prevent the food from getting contaminated. Then cooking food to proper temperature. This we have discussed earlier also. Cooking food must be done at a proper temperature so that the food do not get undercooked or overcooked. And the last one is avoiding mistakes in food preparation. We must avoid the mistakes, like while cooking we must see that all the equipments are washed properly. Use of pesticides should not be there. We must cook food with a good hygiene. We must clean the working area as well. We must not use damaged utensils. We must see if the cooking person do not have cough or cold, because this also separate a lot of diseases. We must wash the food before cooking because they carry a lot of germs and insects as well. So insects, germs, flies, these all must be removed before cooking. So these were the some of the mistakes which should be avoided at the time of food preparation. So this was all about food additives and food safety. In this we have discussed food additives, food contamination, their prevention, food safety and its important. Thank you.